Welcome. This is Ed Pearson. I'm the Senior Enterprise Officer with Global Banking School. And I'm presenting a video today as part of our Wednesday workshop series. And today we're going to look at where to start with your new business. So I get a number of students coming to the Enterprise Hub in Norfolk House in Birmingham, which is where I am right now. And they ask the same questions all the time. What should I do next? Where should I start in business? How do I get this idea in my head, take it and actually run with it? And I've been asked that so many times. I thought I'd record a video on it. What I didn't realize was just how useful this would be. I'm going to give you the keys, the magic keys to how to grow your business. And if you can get this in the early stages of where you're thinking about what you're looking to grow, or even if you've been around in business for a while now, and are wondering what your next steps might be and the next sensible step, then this video right here might have the answer for you. Now, the good news is I'm going to minimize myself out the way and get out of your sight so you can just focus on the slides, sit back, listen in. This is going to be hugely valuable to anybody with an enterprise, any business that you want to grow. So, where do we start for business success? I've given the clue away a little bit on the other slide here. I think if you go and ask around and you ask the solicitor where it should start, they'll tell you it's the legals. If you go and ask the accountant where to go and start your business, they'll tell you it's all about the cash flow forecast. If you go and ask the operations manager all about how to go and run a business, she will tell you it's all in the operational success of the business. The salesperson will go and tell you it's all about just making a sale. But having run a couple of my own very successful businesses, having talked to over 1,000 business owners, I'm putting forward the notion that the most profitable and the most sensible place to start is marketing. Marketing is the the absolute key to generating the leads that you need to go and have a successful business. But oh my word, what a chore that is, eh? Marketing. Where on earth do you start? Usually you sat there with a blank page, a blinking cursor, a deadline. Hey, I'm a little bit jealous if you have a deadline because that really sharpens your skills and you manage to get things done. But to be really successful as a marketer, and that's really an important part of getting customers, maybe the most important part in your business. The one thing that you really need to know is how to pull everything together that gives you that rhythmic acquisition of customers that are going to keep your business profitable, give you that lifestyle that you're looking for. Now, that's easily said, but understanding it, those professional marketers, they're quite a dastardly bunch, aren't they? They seem able to create desire where none existed. They make the dullest subjects seem exciting. They create characters and relationships where before there was nothing. Then all of a sudden, they just seem to be able to pull a few new customers out of thin air. And you think, wow, that's probably a really cool skill. And it looks simple enough. I can go and just float my business on down that river and we'll be fine. But the real thing is, if you start out early days, don't understand the rules of the game, then most people get very disappointed. If it's a professional marketer that you want to be, then, there is really some work ahead of you. This is a new concept for you. There's years of getting stuck into courses, reading, trial and error. But the one thing I would say before I put you off too much is it's definitely worth the trouble. It really is worth setting out. You've chosen a great place to start if you want to go and enjoy the success of any business. And once you've maybe digested the contents of this video, and that'll give you a bit of a starter, then you'll have an inkling of really a structure of where to go and how to start thinking about making your marketing extremely successful. And as a result, having a fantastic business on the back end of all your hard efforts. So how about we just go and get started? Well, hang on there, crazy horse. Just hold back. Even marketers that are really worth their salt rarely just start diving in there and start looking at things to start trying out. I think in this world of social media, everybody just dives in. They get an Insta page, they get a bit of TikTok, maybe they go in Facebook or whatever they want to go and use. But there's a little bit of work to be done before we just go diving in there, lest you waste time, effort, and money. So before you start diving on their keyboard and start thinking about how to pull your marketing stuff together, um, you'll if you've ever engaged a professional marketer, you'll know that they first of all come up with questions, and you're going to have to come up with your own questions potentially, unless you want to pop into the enterprise hub, and I'll help you go and sort through that. Let's assume you're going to try this one out on your own. That's part of the fun of business to start with. Then the first thing you need to do is get every scrap of information you can get your hands on. You want to get every form that's ever been filled out. You may want to get on the phone speaking to some of your potential customers. You might want to turn up at their place of work or where they live and ask questions. You want to be ready, really, to drain every single piece of information out of those people so that you can really start to understand your marketplace. And then obviously when you stand there and you understand exactly what you're going to be looking at and what you're going to be understanding from your marketing point of view and how it relates to your customer, then that fact-finding mission will be worth an absolute fortune. And this, by the way, isn't a one-off exercise. When I used to have my proper businesses back in the day, early days, every week I'd revisit this. And then towards the end of the business, once a month, I'd still sit down and think about who my customers were and really every nuance of them. So if you're thinking about diving straight in there and just not really going through this step, I just don't think it will happen. You see, you can get good at marketing over time. But if you just want all the ideas and the correct like words and things to just trip off the keyboard, then you're going to have to sit back and just take on board who your market is first of all. There's a little clue in the keys to the magic here. Don't dive straight in. Don't even start with a blank page. Start with a few words on there, just thinking about your customers, and then really start to push out now into what matters. Now, you see, if you get this next 3 stages I'm about to take you through wrong, then it's going to be like you've just done your favorite cocktail or perhaps mocktail if you don't drink alcohol. But if you're going to get your favorite mocktail or cocktail and you get just one element of what I'm about to share with you wrong, then we all know it just doesn't taste right, does it? So before you go racing off, hang in with me for a few minutes. I'm going to uncover all the secrets you need to know to get your marketing absolutely nailed down. So I'm going to just introduce you now to something called the 3 M's. Now, why does this matter? Well, let me give you the 3 M's first of all, their market and their message and their media. Now, let me give you a quick, simple overview before we dive in there. Market is your marketplace. It's who you're writing to. It's who you're marketing to. It's who you're trying to attract. You see, to put it succinctly, and why we start there is that you wouldn't sell many lawnmowers to people who live in high-rise apartments, would you? You need to think about your marketplace first of all and understand them a little bit. As you start to understand them, now you can create your message. It's what you're going to say to them. To take a step closer. Heaven forbid that they might actually open up their wallets or purses and actually part with some money. But we're just looking to create a message that strongly resonates with your marketplace. And it creates a strong desire in them to take some form of action. And then the third bit then is the media. It's the how. How do you get your market to engage with your message? If nobody's reading those words, it doesn't matter how powerful they are. Nobody will care about your brilliant offer. You see, it's like all simple stuff. It starts with the market. It then moves to the message and it dives into the media. So let's start at the beginning then. Market. Let's think about your marketplace. If it sounds simple, well, it's because it is. but oddly enough, such an easy overlooked step in the process. Your market relates squarely to who you are selling at. The thing that I normally tell people to think about is if they've already sold something, think about your favorite customer and use them as an example. Are they the classic marketplace that you think you need to be selling to? And who are they? You can't write down too much information about them and relate it to everything you're doing. So, are they tall or are they short? Are they wealthy? Are they middle earners? Perhaps they're educated, highly educated, or perhaps they're already on their education journey and they've got a little way to go. Are they people who live here or people who live there? Are they children? Are they parents? Are they grandparents? Is it people with back pain? Do they have flat roofs? Do they read books and watch TV? Are they Tom Jones fans? Are they wine drinkers or are they teetotal? Did they use PCs or are they big Apple fans? You see, you can't get too much information on your audience. Who's in that audience and what do you know about them? What do they think about? And importantly, what keeps them awake at night? What do they want out of their life? What are they scared of? What language resonates with them? Just a key takeaway here, not understanding your market completely is a big error. And if you make that mistake, you make it at your peril. Do not make the mistake of thinking that you know who you think that you know you're talking to. You see, if you think you know who you're talking to, but you've just guessed, and you're just a couple of degrees off tangent with your market, that's going to have a big impact on your ability to convince and compel. And that is really, really going to hurt in the wallet. You see, you need to build this relationship with your audience. When you're researching your market, you should give serious thought to the relationship that you've got with your market. Are you writing to a list of existing customers or are they as cold as ice lists that you've just bought or acquired from somewhere? Is it somebody else's list? So think about who they are, your potential market, what you're going to say, and your existing relationship you've got now and where you want to take them to. And then once you've done that, you can start on the next bit of market message and media. That's the message. So now we're getting into the good stuff. This is where we think a lot of the marketeers start, but they've already been through quite a process, you see. This is the bit that you think they're always doing and that everybody will be all over this. And in a lot of ways they are. The message is the bit where the words matter. And that's where copywriting and marketing skills start to shine through. But a half-decent marketeer is going to be very interested in everything else too. They want to understand exactly where the words they write fit into the bigger picture. So when you're thinking of your message, think about your bigger picture too. So the message that you craft will depend as much on who you're writing to as it will what you're writing about. The key question to understand the answer to is, what is my objective? If you're not crystal clear on what you want your reader to do once they've read your copy, then they're not going to be clear about it either. So once somebody's seen your marketing and your words lifting off a page, are they absolutely clear on what you want them to do? So if they're not sure what you want them to do, chances are pretty good they're not going to do it for you. So you've really got to start thinking carefully during that marketing phase where you're putting the message together. Things like, what are you writing for? What's your ideal outcome once you've done this? Are you trying to sell something right from the get-go? Are you trying to get your reader to book an appointment maybe to have a chat with you? Do you want them to come to an event? Do you want them to refer a friend? Well, what is the plan here? So you've got to think carefully about what you're doing during this message phase of your market to understand the buying patterns that you want them to follow, your customers to follow, or to really think about the business model that you're going to be using here so that this starts to touch a little bit on your business strategy. You really need to know your reader. You need to understand what you want them to do. Having that understanding is going to have a dramatic impact on the success of your marketing. So, write a list of the benefits of what you're selling to your reader. Write a list of reasons why your reader wouldn't believe you. That's right, they wouldn't believe you. You need to understand their complete psyche. Write a list of how you prove to your reader that all the claims you make are 100% credible. Oh, don't forget to make an offer as well in your marketing. The most effective marketing usually incorporates forms of deadlines or offers, but more on that maybe in another video. We'll just have a look for the moment at spending time on crafting and honing your message. But if you're going to sort of think on the wider strategy, you need to tune in for a few more videos on the Wednesday workshop series, and it will help you immensely. But if there's one thing that I could tell you that'll make your message 84 times more compelling, which is a statistic I've just made up out of nowhere, but I think it holds true in most instances. Here's the one thing that you really need to understand that will make your marketing more compelling than any of the other average businesses within your sector. And that is, decide what the one thing is that you want your reader to do before you start crafting your message. Tell the reader of your message exactly what you want them to do from the words that you share with them in your marketing. Do not allude to it. Do not leave them to read between the lines and work it out for themselves. Just make sure you spell it out clear and simple. And once you're getting close on that message, we can move to the last stage for your marketing success. That's right. We're going to move to media. So, understand who's in your market. You've crafted such a well-considered marketing piece now, something that I'm sure tests show people would be climbing over their own family members now in a race to buy whatever it is that you're selling, and you've done some excellent work. So you then suddenly place a sales letter, say, in a magazine that has a readership of 30,000 people as one example. How many sales can you expect where you've got the media wrong? Now, I've got some good news for you. I've done the maths for you. The bad news, how does pretty much zero sales sound? That's right. Your media choice is so not just important, it's absolutely critical to success. Over 50% of your response will have nothing to do with the quality of your copy or the strength of your offer. So listen to that carefully. Over 50% of your response will have nothing to do with the quality of your copy, the message that you're sending out there, or the strength of your offer. The biggest difference is who you send it to, and it's who actually gets to read it. What do I mean by this? Well, would you place an ad for BMW tuning in Porsche Enthusiast magazine? Probably not. Would you place an ad for tractors in the city centre of any large conurbation in the UK? Or how about placing an ad for the local chip shop in the local gym? It probably isn't going to wash, is it? If the right people don't see your marketing message, then they're not going to read the message itself. And if they don't read it, only one thing is going to happen, and that is absolutely nothing. So this is a little bit of an intro into the key to marketing success: market, message, and media. There's hundreds of types of medias out there that you could use, but some of them are going to be much more responsive for your market than others. Would your market read blog posts? Do they read newspapers? Will they react well to flyers? Are they on Facebook instead of Insta? Or are they on TikTok already? Will a billboard work for them? Is a magazine really the best place for them? What do they read when they go and read anything? The media side matters greatly, and a decent marketer will care as much about media choice, about where people are going to read your words, than what the words actually say. So there's a brief intro now into the 3 steps of market, message, and media. And what I propose is I stop here today. I know, tantalizingly close to the full answer, but there'll be so many variations from your own efforts around thinking about who your customers are, what words will work magically for them, and where to go and place the ad, that it would be almost impossible to make that next video that I want to do for you right here, right now. So what I'd say is, thanks for tuning in. This is an initial sort of phase for thinking about a business and also trying something out. What I would encourage you to do is actually reach out at this stage. If that's inspired you or made you think differently about your marketing, or heck, even if you can't work out why this might be a really important step to take in your business, I'd encourage you to reach out to me. My email address is on the slide in front of you, but I'm Ed Pearson. I'm the Senior Enterprise Officer for Global Banking School, and I'm here to go and help you grow your business. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation today. Any questions or anything, direct them through to me by email, and we will catch up from there, my friend. I look forward to speaking to you very, very shortly. Thank you.